There could be some big decisions at the state legislature around data centers in the next few weeks, and here's what I'm watching for. I'm Danny Katz, Coper Consumer Watchdog. Just real quick, what really is a data center? So picture a giant building, could be the size of a football field, and it's got lots and lots of computing power in it. So things like servers, so something like this, that are just running 24/7, and they're providing the kinds of computing power that we use in our digital lives. And there's tons of these in a data center. They're stacked, one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. And they may be powering major medical breakthroughs or helping to figure out ways to reduce unnecessary work. But it's really important that we ask our question, how many data centers do we really need? Because overbuilding, overstretching here in Colorado can come with some big costs, because these data centers have a lot of costs associated with them. First off, they just use a lot of power, and that power, we have to pay to build the power infrastructure to power those data centers. Traditionally, if a new home or business plugs into our grid here in Colorado, we all help pay for the new infrastructure those homes or businesses need. When it comes to data centers, because they could use as much energy as a small city, we need to make sure data centers are paying 100% of the new costs, the new infrastructure costs, and those costs aren't being funneled down to us and our utility bills. The other thing, they use so much energy that it could actually slow down how quickly we're cleaning up our air. Colorado's doing a great job of retiring dirty fossil fuel power plants like coal plants. But if we suddenly need a whole bunch of new energy, that could slow down how quickly we're cleaning up the air and replacing those coal-fired power plants. And so it's really important that data centers are as energy as efficient as possible, so we don't need to produce as much new energy to power them. And to the extent we need new energy, we should make sure it's coming from clean, renewable sources like wind and solar that have free fuel from the sun and from wind. Pair it with batteries, and they are way more reliable than they used to be. And finally, water is a big concern. Because these data centers, they get really hot because they have so much computing power in them, they oftentimes use a lot of water. We don't have a lot of water, especially after the winter we just had. So it's important that there's a clear plan to make sure these data centers aren't competing for limited water from our cities, our counties, our farmers, and food systems. So I'll keep you up to date as any major data center bills start to move forward, so you can weigh in. So keep following me here through May 13th, which is the end of the legislative session.